Right, next we're going to move on to the lobster. So we do have a very, very nice lobster in. So this lobster came in this morning as well, at the same time as these crabs. They only caught 4. They caught 4 lobsters in 5. They were out fishing 5 days. They caught 4 lobsters. So we're lucky to have him. This lobster at the minute is quite a premium price, and you probably are looking around 80 to 85 pounds, depending on if you want live or cooked. So we do charge a small fee for cooking, but it's because we've got to, because we're looking after it. So we're going to start very, very gently by taking the tail off. So try and get your hand on the body, hand on the tail. You try and twist. You'll hear a small crack. You keep going. And twist back the other way. It should wiggle out nicely. So we've got the tail, and then we've got these claws. So claws. Just going to put a hand underneath. Just going to crack off both sides. There you go. So we've got everything now. So we've got the tail, which was there. We've got the claws. So we don't need the head. There's a little bit of brown meat in there. We're not going to pick that today, just because it's, in my opinion, not necessary. I wouldn't eat it myself, but it's a tiny bit. You can see it on here actually. A tiny bit of brown lobster meat you can eat, but I personally choose not to. So it's just inside here. You can see it's just in there. So you just turn it upside down, scrape it out. That's all the brown meat in there. So clear that a little bit up. So we're going to start with the tail. So we've got the tail here. We're just going to push it down so we can get it as flat as we can. So safety. It's curled like this. You're sliding everywhere. You want to be as safe as you can possibly be. And then we're just going to put on the side. We're going to push down. I'll do this so you can see it there. We're hoping to crack inside the belly. Just like that. So we cracked it. We cracked inside the belly, which is perfect. Just like that. And we're just going to pull this apart. Try and keep this tail as whole as possible. Keep going and going again. Eventually it will crack off. Exactly the same. But if that fails, you can just grab a good pair of scissors straight in there. Just work them scissors out all the way. And then you've got a nice cut through. You're just going to peel the shell all the way back, keeping that tail nicely intact. It's almost like skinning a prawn, just a bit bigger. Yeah. So it's a common thing people do. And that bit, we should just be able to get a finger in there. Okay. Just like that. So we've got a beautiful tail. Yeah. We've put all of this shell with our crab shell and keeping all of that. So every bit of it is all saved. We keep hold of it. We're going to make a bit of beef scut tomorrow. Sell it in the shop. So we've got tail there, and we'll start the claws. So this lobster was cooked about 45 minutes ago, and we cooked it for 12 minutes, so not long at all. And it doesn't need a long cooking time because it's a delicate fish. You just need to penetrate the shell, which is the main thing. So we're now going to do the claws. So literally snap that bit off. Keep that like that. We'll do exactly the same as the other thing. Snap that off. Go there and there. So we've got 2 claws, 2 knuckles. The next thing, we're going to take this and we're going to pull this claw really hard. Pull this blade out. So like we had in the crab, we got one in the lobster. But this time it's a bit easier because we can get a bit of leverage. So we're just going to keep that bit like me. Get rid of that. We're going to go back in with our lobster picker, or crab picker rather. This time we're using the lobster, and scoop out a bit of claw that's in there. Get all of that out, and same with the shell. We're just going to put that in a nice pot. exactly the same with the other side. Break that back. And this one's quite tricky because it's so small. Get that out there, just like that. Right, now moving on to these. So it's key now, where I made a small incision on the crab. You have to do on this lobster because these lobsters are very, very strong. The shells are much thicker. So just break that off like that. And same here. Just like that. So now we're going to back with our picker, go in, work around, put all of that nice meat. Just like that. You see, nothing left in there, everything's out, straight in our pile. So this, exactly the same. This bit's a little bit easier, push all the way to the back, and get behind it and pop it out. It's completely clean, straight out, easy. Exactly the same, do the same with that bit. And then exactly the same, so we're going to work all the way around. And just pop it out, just like that. There we go. Right, so we've got a tail, lovely tail, all of our knuckle meat. Move the head from there. Tail, all the knuckle meat. Now we're going to do the claws. So with the claws, we again blunt instrument. So rolling pin. This is just a nylon rolling pin. You pick them up for nothing really. It's just so crucial. We go with a knife. One, you're going to ruin a knife. Also, when you chop through, you're going to get little fragments of shell everywhere, and then you'll be chewing on your imperial. You're going to make a minute. You're like, oh, it's a bit of shell. It's not enjoyable to eat. So you just want to crack it. So I put my hand over this. These are sharp, but just be careful. Put your hand over. You just want to give it a nice firm hit, like that, and then turn it over. Exactly the same. You see it starting to crack. See if you can break that off. There you go. And then just pull that out, just like that. Lay it down with all the other meat. So do that. And this one is thicker, so this one might take a bit of hitting, but it's normal. This is an old crab, like not old, it's fresh, but it's aged. It's like it's old enough to be my granddad. This crab. So we got a bit of shell to break through, but when we do, it's so worth it. So we're gonna give it a nice. So you see, just a little crack. I reckon we can get in on that. Give it another little hit. Maybe gently now. So you see the thickness of that shell. And that is rock hard. That's taking a bit of breaking. So I'm going to try and keep this claw as whole as we can. So I'm going to try and put the whole lobster back together for you, as you can see. You might be able to. Sometimes they just get a little bit hooked up in the shell. Pretty much on the top of there. Just get that down. Put that on the bar. So, we've got both claws. Now we've got the knuckles, we've got the tail. So now, give it a little wipe down. So this is how the lobster would have been together. So you've got the claws, the knuckles rather, sorry. Nice bit of knuckle there, nice bit of claw, the other claw, beautiful tail. So that's where all your meat's coming from, essentially. So you've got your nice claws, you've got your knuckles, which in my opinion the best flavour actually. From those knuckles, and it's quite often wasted, and then your tail. So